So when I talk S-mount, this is the position that I'm talking, which for me is one of my favorite mount positions. Turn this side here. I feel like I have, and me personally, just my style. I have more control in this position. I've got a ton of options. And for me, my jiu-jitsu, I'm always looking at it for self-defense. I'm not looking at it for sport or competition. So in a self-defense situation, to me, this is a superior position for me, personally, to be in, because I've got a lot of options on what I can do. Chokes, ground and pound, whatever, but it's all presented in this position. And I've got pretty good control of the person when I'm in this position. And I'm gonna have the knee up high behind their head. I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be working to get, maybe like a gift wrap, where I can get them locked down here. And again, for self-defense. Now, when we're training here, it's a combination. What we learn here, some of it can be used for self-defense, some of it can be used for competition, and some of it just for rolling on the mats, having fun with it. But there's bits and pieces that you can use in all aspects. So if I'm here and I'm working, how does he get out of this position? Most people are either going to turn and give me their back, or they're going to turn and I'm going to take them out. That's most people's reaction from this position. And I don't think I've had anybody I've rolled with yet that when I got them here, they didn't try to roll away and I took their back, or they tried to roll into me and I simply settled into the mount. Plain and simple. So now, we're going to work on a couple different escapes. We'll work on the very first one, the basic one. So if we're here, the first thing I need to do is to stop him from getting his hand around my neck. Because if he gets here, now he's got control of my shoulders, he's got control of my hips and my lower body. I'm in a bad position. So just like how we defend chokes, I'm gonna put my hand here, I'm gonna put my head to the mat as much as I can. My foot is up like a kickstand. My shoulders are pointed up, and I'm gonna try to put pressure to keep his hand from coming in. If this is just a rolling in the classroom or even competition, I can kind of reinforce my arm with my other hand here. If this is a self-defense situation, I need this hand to at least try to partially block some punches. I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time to try to stay here and eat punches and try to escape. So I'm gonna have to make the timing work. But again, if he's throwing punches, then this hand has to be here to at least buy me a couple seconds before, I'm just totally, defenseless, because I don't have any clue what's happening because I've been eating all these punches. But in the classroom, I can kind of reinforce my hand, I can get here. The first thing I'm gonna do is I want this hand under my body. So when I'm sitting here, I can't just kind of wedge and start pushing against his leg. He's got the advantage, but I can come up, bring my hips up and get my arm under my body. Settle back down. Still defending, keeping his hand from coming here. Now I've got this hand here. With my hand here, I'm simply going to put it under, or not under, but put it behind his ankle. So I've got my hand, my arm is wedged under my body. I've got just like a V behind his ankle. From here, I can now, again, I may not be strong enough to push his leg away from me, but I can push my hips back. Stay top. So if I just push my hips back, now I'm giving myself enough space to get a knee in. If I can't, and we can go both options, I prefer to be able to get my top knee in, but in a position like this where that top knee is being blocked, I can bring the bottom knee in. Once I bring that knee in, my hand went from this position, you can come sit back up a little bit on me. My hand went from this position to here. I get the knee in. Once I get this knee in, now I'm gonna turn into him here. Once I turn in here, I've got control of his leg. I've got my leg wedged under his leg, closer to his thigh than his calf if possible. All I'm gonna do with this hand is kind of get like an underhook. So now, from here, I'm simply going to pull and push and sit out. So already, I'm in shin staple type position where I've got his leg pinned. Easy enough from here, I've already got the underhook in place. Easy enough from here to windshield wiper, get my leg out, and get to that side control position. All right, let's do that again. Different angle. So, first thing I need to do is stop him from being able to get his arm, or excuse me, his hand around my head, which will give him a lot better control. I can reinforce here. If I'm eating punches, I'm gonna have to block if we're talking self-defense. But from here, what I wanna be able to do next is this hand that was reinforcing or blocking, I'm gonna use this leg to raise my hip, and I'm gonna bring my elbow under my body. As soon as my elbow comes under my body, I'm gonna look for his ankle. I'm gonna put a V behind his ankle. From here, I'm gonna hip away from him, which gives me space. If I can bring my top leg through, even better. Already he's kind of off balance there. But if he kept his balance and he stays strong here, once I got to here, I'm not getting a true underhook. I'm just resting my hand here because my next position, as I push and sit up, will put me into that underhook position. So now I've got a knee cut patch already going. All I gotta do is step over at this point and settle into side control.